Well, you have to feel for Argyle. Other results conspired against them last weekend, and only a truly bizarre set of scorelines today could keep them up, including a handsome win here, which seems pretty unlikely. So there's an understandable air of disappointment among the Argyle fans here today. But as you can see, it's a full house, and the supporters have gone the extra mile. And there's a lot of love for the coach, Manor Solomon, who's given it everything to try and keep this team in the Sky Bet Championship. Argyle have won 4 of the last 6 games, including each of the last 3 here at home. What a tremendous effort, but of course the damage was done earlier in the season. This the scene at Home Park. Leeds United looking for a 6th win in a row. In fact, their only defeat in the last 5 months was at Portsmouth. A run of just 1 win in 6 prior to this burst of victories looked like it might prove very costly for Leeds when they slipped to 3rd place a month ago. But a hat-trick of defeats from Sheffield United at just the wrong time, including one here, handed promotion to Leeds and Burnley. And now it's just a question of who wins the title on this final day. I'm Gary Taphouse. Joining us for this one is Sam Parkin. Sam, are you expecting Leeds to get the job done here today?
I am, yeah. I think an early goal obviously would really settle them down. Not that there's going to be the nerves that there has been in the previous weeks. I think that could just deflate the home support, but more than that, the home players. I've played in these types of occasions, and I think when there's the carrot, obviously, for one side, there's nothing really on it for Argyle. In truth, I think the first goal could set the tone really for the afternoon, and Leeds have got such a potent attack. We've seen it throughout the season. It's the best attack in the Championship. I think it could be party time in that away end.
It certainly is. They're loving every minute of this. It's a long way from Leeds, but they've sold out the away end, of course, as you'd expect. Tough to take for Argyle, though, isn't it? 5 wins from 9. That's a terrific run for a team who were bottom of the league, but ultimately not quite enough.
Yeah, I just think the lack of away victories, not only this season, but the last campaign as well, where they stayed up on final day, so I think that had to be addressed really to give them an opportunity, and also changing the manager in the midpoint of the season, albeit it proving to be the right decision. A bit of a masterstroke with Mustapha coming in and having such an effect. I think that's always problematic, and the second half of the season form, undoubtedly, if they had that across the season, they will be playing championship football next time out. It seems to fit. Some players are at the top of their game at the moment. It's just, unfortunately, too little too late, sorry.
Well, when the sides met at Ellen Road in November, it was an extraordinarily one-sided contest. Leeds 3-0 winners, 23 shots to 0. Leeds with 80% possession. It was a complete mismatch. Will it be a similar story here today? Overall, Leeds have won 10 of the last 13 meetings. The other 3 were drawn. Argyle's last win over Leeds was here, 1-0 in 1989, some 36 years ago. Let's see if they can end that long wait here today, despite their recent disappointments. Cracking noise, as you can hear. Nothing wrong with the atmosphere. The fans are certainly playing their part. Can the players put on a show on this final day of the Championship season? Very much in celebratory mood, the Leeds United fans, and hoping to go out on a high here today as they prepare for life back in the Premier League. A confident stride down the touchline from Daniel Farke. Let's have a look at the teams for you. 3 changes for Argyle after the win at Preston a week ago. Darko JB is ineligible against his parent club, so 19-year-old Caleb Roberts makes his first league start since the game at Leeds in early November. Julio Pleguezuelo is injured, while Nikola Katic drops to the bench. Maxi Talavierov makes his first start in 8 games after injury. Captain Joe Edwards makes only his second start since October. Matt Sorinola is available again after 4 games out with a thigh injury. He's on the bench. Daniel Farke is without Junior Firpo and Dan James. Both are experiencing hamstring issues. Firpo's place is taken by Sam Byram in the only change to the side that beat Bristol City 4-0. William Yonto has scored in each of the last 2. Joel Piroux netted 4 in the 6-0 thumping of Stoke City 2 weeks ago. He also scored in the 3-0 win over Argyle earlier this season. Yeah, it was 3-0, all 3 goals coming in a devastating 8-minute spell. Who are you keeping an eye on today, Sam?
Yeah, I think Mustapha Bundu for Argyle's had an incredibly profitable second half to the season. Had him and Ryan Hardy been in this type of form, they'd be in a much better position than they currently are. And I think the new system under Muslic has really brought the best out of him, out of contract. So this is a big day for him for more reasons than one.
Leeds United gunning for a 6th win in a row. A win that would see them crowned championship champions ahead of Burnley. They just need to equal or better Burnley's result against Millwall to lift the trophy here today. Their goal difference is 13 better than the Clarets. Both sides level on 97 points, so it is quite feasible. They will both go up with 100 points, which is quite something. Ball will be retrieved over on that far side by Solomon. Picked up here by Rodon, and now Bogle for Leeds United. It's the away end you're hearing. Very nice for those Leeds United fans to come here today knowing that promotion's already in the bag and they're just fighting it out for the trophy. But the main objective has been secured, which is promotion after the disappointment last season, losing out on automatic promotion to Ipswich and then in the playoffs to Southampton. They have been the team to watch this season. Yes, Burnley have had those incredible defensive stats, incredible numbers of clean sheets and so few goals conceded, but if you want entertainment, it's been Leeds United all the way.
It's just that one last effort I'm sure Daniel Farke wants from the players. You can see with how strong he's gone. Yes, a couple of players having to miss out through injury, but they'll want the title now. But the relief must have been enormous, especially given the way last season ended, to come back in the fashion that they have, the way they performed at Ellen Road in particular. They deserve this, no question. Yes, different ways to go about it, them and Burnley, but in terms of entertainment, Leeds have been first class.
Rodon. Moved forward there by Ampadu. Certainly expect Leeds United to boss possession. They usually do. Bogle. Past Hardy. And that's where it comes to an end as far as Leeds United are concerned. Away comfortably enough by Talavierov. Someone who's been badly missed in recent weeks, that's for sure. Wide it goes by Piroux. goes by Byram. Leeds United looking for the early breakthrough here. Manor Solomon. Argyle back in numbers. There'll be plenty of that, you imagine. Ali Mumba brings it away. Edwards. Not a problem as far as Ampadu is concerned. Certainly starting as we expected, with Leeds on the front foot. Very reminiscent of the game at Ellen Road in the dark days of the Wayne Rooney era. Bundu. As Sam said, his form has been nothing short of spectacular recently. Magnificent performance here against Coventry. 2 goals and an assist. He's done supremely well there as well. Tijani needed to be in the middle himself, really, rather than delivering the cross. Possibilities here as Edwards knocks it back. It's for Tijani to fight for. Came a long way there, did Darlow.
Probably a little bit too much loft on the delivery from the right-hand side, but Darlow gets himself into a little bit of a pickle, and Bogle defends it quite well, just getting his body in front of Tijani, who I'm sure would have been contemplating just recycling the ball for his team and looking to pick out a teammate square, but Bogle's intelligent, I think, just to position himself where he couldn't take possession.
Darlow starting a 7th game in a row in goal for Leeds after Daniel Farker made the decision to drop Melier to the bench. It's on the back of the draw against Swansea at home, when dropped a couple of clangers. At the time it looked like it might be costly. They drew 3 in a row, Leeds, against QPR, Swansea and Luton. Since then, wins all the way. Ten goals scored in their last 2 against Stoke and Bristol City. Away from home, slightly different. Only scored 5 goals in their last 5 away games combined. On the Welshman. Ditto Ampadu, out wide to Sam Byram. There are the 2 coaches on this lovely sunny day at Home Park. There are question marks about the future of both of those, believe it or not. Recent reports suggesting Daniel Farker may not get the chance to lead Leeds back into the Premier League, despite the incredible season they've had.
Contrasting fortunes for both, but I think are both going to leave the seasons with their reputations probably enhanced for both of them. Listen, the season's about to end, so it is slightly unhelpful for Daniel Farker. It's just a bit unsavoury, really, isn't it, after the achievement? Naturally, you hope as a neutral that he's still in the job next season, and you hope that he maybe can just adapt a little bit. You know, it didn't go particularly well for Norwich last time out when he was in the job in the Premier League, and Leeds will know that, the hierarchy will know that. It's a few adjustments, and it's better players ultimately, isn't it, when you make that step up to give yourself a better opportunity of making a fist of it in the top flight, and he will know that more than anyone. 49
Premier League games as a manager and just 6 wins. That's perhaps what they've looked at. Free kick here to Leeds as Aronson is brought down. I think Plymouth felt this was a bit soft.
The touch was a little heavy. It's going to take him goal side of Poulsen there and probably into possession.
Argyle with 21 goals conceded from set plays in the Championship. No team has conceded more than that. Solomon with the ball in. That header is straight at the goalkeeper from Byram.
That was really well timed, wasn't it? Lovely delivery. He was the only player really in the vicinity, Sam Byram, and he got plenty of power on it, just couldn't divert it towards either corner. But an early warning shot.
Here come Argyle, Bali Mumba. Did he keep that in? No, despite his best efforts. Even with his pace. This is that free kick.
He almost just drifted in behind Nonto, completely unopposed. Eyes would have lit up, just couldn't get it towards the corner.
Just the one goal this season for Byram. This is 199th league appearance for Leeds. Luton one up, as you saw there. Obviously, Argyle eyeing one each, I beg your pardon. Argyle eyeing a mathematical miracle. That's not what they need. If the ball comes in from Bogle, and that effort from Aronson was a disappointment from a White's perspective.
Completely unopposed once more. That's two efforts that Leeds have had in quick succession. Look at the space he's able to find. Wonderfully picked out by Jayden Bogle, slightly behind him. Difficult one to take first time, but should have done better.
9 goals this season for Aronson. Been an up and down season for him, it's fair to say.
I was expecting him being a bit of an ace in the pack, actually, coming back after his loan. The quality that potentially he can bring, incredible energy. Obviously that end product sometimes a little bit indifferent, but he certainly played his part. I expected him to, in the second tier, be a good player for Leeds this season.
Piroux looking for Nyonto. Well, he got an early ball in there, just a little bit too much on it for Solomon.
Traffic at the moment, really. Piroux, as he so often does, getting turned, but zero pressure on him. Randall has to do a little bit better there to apply the pressure. He just can't find his target, Nonto.
Free kick to Argyle as Tajani goes over. Tanaka with the challenge. There's a couple of challenges in there, actually. One on Bundu initially, then on Tajani. He's had a magnificent season, hasn't he, Tanaka?
Yeah, I think it's one of the areas that they've clearly upgraded from last season. Central midfield, the options that they've had, Gruev's performances early part of the campaign, and Tanaka, Rothwell as well. His ability to drive with the ball, certainly an improvement maybe on where they were a year ago.
Carson tried to keep that alive. Edwards. Well, they'll take that because gives them a throw in a dangerous area. Now, Burnley behind. Early goal there from Ivanovic for the Lions, who are still in the playoff mix, remember. That's made things very interesting, and the Leeds fans will be well aware of that goal. As we know, they don't concede many. Burnley, Zuch with the long throw. Well, drilled goalwards, harmlessly enough in the end from young Roberts.
Yeah, the long throw created a goal last time out at Preston North End, and again here getting a shot away. Roberts just doesn't catch it at all, but yeah, they have to defend these dead balls, and particularly the long throw from Such, which has been a bit of an avenue for them recently.
Mumba with the throw on the left side this time. Forward it goes by Talavierov. Bogle. Rodon. Wide by Ampadu to Byram. Recently, Leeds as well. 4 clean sheets in the last 5. The only one they conceded in that time was against Preston, 2-1 win. It's all come together at just the right time for Leeds United. An immediate equaliser for the Clarets from their main man, Josh Brownhill. So it's as you were, all square in both games. Peru up against Paulson. Another play by Edwards.
A couple of moments early on Leeds, but just plateaued really. That early pressure, optimism for the away support. Argyle very happy in a 5-4-1 really, defending deep in their own half.
Well, a look at the referee there. I think that certainly would have been a soft one. He certainly went over asking for it, Brendan Aronson.
So maybe not too many appeals from his teammates, but Such with a challenge or a little arm across the waist. It's not enough to send you tumbling. I don't think that's a penalty.
Mislich's side have won 5 of their last 8 home games. Some magnificent performances here at a home park. Sadly for them, it's just not quite enough. Oh, that's a brilliant bit of skill, isn't it? For a player who's been in such brilliant form, and everyone left holding their heads. Very, very close. He's been brilliant, hasn't he, Mustapha Bundu?
Well, he gets a few fortunate ricochets, but I mean, don't take anything away from the forthright nature of this little move from Bundu. It's brilliant, just wriggles away from opposition players. The last little bit there to chop back onto his left foot. He's bouncing around, just can't wrap his right foot around it ultimately, but still good enough to clip the outside of the post. Brilliant play.
The performance here against Coventry really was eye-catching. As you said, contract coming to an end. There'll be plenty of clubs looking at him. Smashing the outside of the post there. Here goes Bundu again. A lot of space for him to exploit there. Goes on the outside, past Rodon. Oh, what a superb goal! Outstanding! Well, this is the form he's been in, Mustapha Bundu. Winning games on his own virtually, and that is a wonderful piece of skill just seconds after hitting the post. He left Rodon in his wake and somehow found the far corner, and Argyle take the lead.
And what he does brilliantly here is, I think, Rodon is anticipating him coming in field. He's done it so frequently throughout the season, opening up the target to curl towards the far corner. Well, here, he decides to go on the outside. It's a nice early spot from Paulson, and immediately he's in business, Bundu. And I think everyone would have anticipated him coming in field, little chop to go on the outside. And yeah, it's going to be an own goal off Byram. He knows, just tries to steer it into the bottom right-hand corner. And he's very unfortunate, as is the Leeds fullback. It's going to be his own goal, but all the work, Bundu's. Brilliant play from the forward again.
Yeah, nothing Byron could do about that, as it ricocheted at pace off the upright. And it just hit Byram and went into the net. But he can take those plaudits, Mustapha Bundu. Not what Leeds United had in mind.
It so often happens when the team that concedes gets a little bit detached. I think Bogle had probably crept the pitch there because Leeds were in good possession. All of a sudden, possession turns over, good early spot, direct ball, and Bundu is in acres of space because of Bogle's vacated and up 1v1 against the centre-half. He doesn't want to be pulled out.
Leeds piling forward here. Bogle, and it ricochets off Piru and over the bar.
Yeah, it's probably all Jayden Bogle can do really from the angle, and he's being pressurised as well, so just put your foot through it across the 6-yard box and hope someone can react, and Piru does that. He's really good in these types of situations. Half a chance for him because it's coming so quickly. Bogle can't score from there. That's clever, he just can't get the contact on it to take it in underneath the crossbar. Good response. He'll be disappointed, Piru, the form he's in.
It was quite a performance, wasn't it? And they put 6 past Stoke a couple of weeks ago. Just had a run of games without a goal, Piru, and he put that right in stunning fashion. But as it stands, Daniel Farke's side will be missing out on the title. Neither Burnley nor Leeds winning. Long way to go, though. Well played by Paulson, who's getting close to veteran stage, isn't he? 34 now.
Crazy that we could be sitting here at full-time today having witnessed Argyle beat Norwich, Sheffield United, Coventry and Leeds United in their last 4 home games, which you felt was going to be so much to their detriment as they look to survive in the Championship. Of course, the away record's been hellish, but if they were to finish like that, I mean, it's incredible going.
Yeah, the full-time whistle went now. They would finish with 3 wins in a row and still go down. Solomon. Ronto's up. Number was with him, and the ball goes over the bar.
Yeah, gets up nice and early. Tricky, I think, to steer that down towards the target when you're having a little bit of physical contact with your opposite number. Number actually reacts a little bit slow, but able to just back into Ronto to make it a difficult header. It's probably how Argyle react if they are to concede an equaliser. Day like today, when again it means so much or more to the visitors. They want to finish well and give a good account of themselves, but I think when momentum switches in a game like today, end of the season, sometimes the emotions can play a huge part.
Sacked in the morning was the cry from the Argyle fans to Daniel Farke. Gruev went across. Discussions ongoing. Argyle are left disappointed here.
Yeah, I mean, another day, I think you probably get it. Big appeals from the support on the far side, but we're given the benefit of the doubt.
Worth pointing out that Argyle are unbeaten when scoring first in over a year. This season, scored first 11 times, won 8, drawn 3. Very unusual for a side right at the bottom. Tanaka, Piru, Byram on the outside. Oh. Well, he couldn't do a lot more there, really. And that's a foul by Tanaka.
I think it's a piece of brilliant goalkeeping. I thought Bogle was the Leeds player who was brilliantly positioned just to turn this home, and they work it beautifully. The fullbacks, as ever for Leeds, the outlet. Yeah, Bogle's there, Nonto behind him. I think Hazard gets a really important touch here, left hand, just pushing it aside. Brilliant goalkeeping.
Thoroughly enjoying themselves, the Argyle fans at the moment. And the flip side to that stat is that Leeds United have come from behind to win 3 times in the Championship this season. They're trying to do that here. Solomon. It's got to be worth a crack, surely, for Gruev. Enough green shirts back. Bundu against Tanaka. Decision goes Argyle's way.
They got him quite easily there. Carlson just going towards the ball. Solomon spinning in behind, acres of space, and quite easily fed into Gruev once more. I think maybe what Argyle have got that they didn't have at the outset of the season, the centre-halves that want to put their bodies on the line, getting themselves into good positions just to make the block around about the edge of the 18-yard box. That's probably as well a factor in that record you mentioned. The wins were few and far between in the first half of the season. Since they've started winning more often, they've got a better look to them defensively. The players that they brought in, I think, mid-season, coincided with that victory over Liverpool, that's played a big part. They're a better defensive side now than they have been in the infancy of this Championship season.
It's the last time they kept a clean sheet at home was the Liverpool game in the FA Cup. Now, another of these long throws. Daniel Parker's side with more defending to do here. The Hungarian Zuc prepares to hold this in, and they get the first contact again, then from Hardy, but the whistle's gone for a push.
Even that's maybe something that you wouldn't have seen under Wayne Rooney. Obviously trying to have a little bit more of the ball than maybe they had in their first season up in the Championship. And at times, you know, they were a good watch, especially here at home park. But obviously, I think it didn't translate at all to the away performances. And, you know, that sometimes means something's got to give. It's not enough, I think, to win in front of your home supporters. You've got to be able to put some results together on the road, otherwise it's an uphill challenge.
Yeah, you look at those results, November, December and January, 3 months. Just 1 win in that time in the league. It was here against Pompey, 5th of November. They didn't win again in the league until the 1st of February. And that's when the rot really set in. And what they've done since just hasn't been enough to reverse that damage. Push there from Mumba on Nonto. Nonto's ball in, and Aronson has a go. Pushed away by Hazard. Fairly routine save, but one that needed making.
Yeah, decent attempt. Maybe just to score from that kind of distance and that angle has to go high. into the top left-hand corner. It was a nice height for Hazard to push aside, but Harrison with a couple of attempts now, that was better.
Well, that's good news for Preston North End. Emil Rees scoring. Not such good news for Bristol City, who were chasing a playoff place, and who would have bet on Preston going there and taking the lead, the form they've been in. That is the Championship in a nutshell for you. Tanaka. Bogle. Rodon. Ampadu. Pirou. Byram on the outside. Solomon. Solomon again, making room. Always looking to cut inside and shoot.
It's the right decision. Initially, I thought when he came onto his right side, he was just going to deliver, but the additional touch to bring it infield of Ryan Hardy, I think it is Edwards initially, away from Hardy, and that touch there means that it has to be a strike from that angle, and it's a decent attempt at that.
Like Aronson, 9 goals this season, all of them in the Championship.
What we're seeing just probably the difference it is having Byram at left back as opposed to Firpo a couple of times, just having to cut infield and play simple, whereas Firpo's been so scintillating down the left-hand side, supplying teammates with opportunities, naturally going on the outside rather than having to delay that delivery. Just the impetus slows down a little.
Great run from Tanaka. Not a great finish though at the end of it. He's weighed in with 5 goals this season. His first season in English football. This is the earlier one, Sam. Half an hour on the watch here.
Again, finds loads of room, doesn't he, Aronson? It's congested in front of Hazard's goal, but look at the space he finds. Yeah, just has to really wrap his right foot around that. Maybe get it a little bit elevated, would have been a tougher stop.
West Brom through Daryl DK, forgotten man scoring. Bundu didn't get it right this time. So scores as they are, Plymouth would go down on goal difference. Which is galling. In fact, Derby a point ahead, so Luton at the moment in trouble.
Yeah, one of those horrible games for Luton against a team that have just changed manager, nothing to play for. Supporters, I'm sure, coming out in force just to enjoy it. The last day of the season in the sunshine. No pressure on the West Brom players today. Dangerous games.
Citra the long throw. I think Luton probably thought they'd got the job done. That last gasp win over Coventry last week. It's never over till it's over. Amazing how so many teams have picked up at the bottom. Just the right time. Gnonto winning a corner. First corner of the game. Well, since right at the start anyway.
We've had plenty of ball in the final third. A few half opportunities. Not dominated by any stretch, and probably still waiting for that golden chance.
Another one over the bar. That was a tricky one. Just his body positioning there, Aronson.
Yeah, half cleared. I think it's the pressure that probably does for him. From Roberts, he's in his face as he makes contact.
Oh, look at that for Luton. That is looking very bleak suddenly. Tom Fellows scoring. all of that euphoria for Luton Town, 3 wins in a row. Is it going to have a very miserable ending? Staring back-to-back relegations in the face. The Argyle fans know the score, that's for sure. They're saying we only need 10 more. Randall. Well, that ball was on for Hardy. Instead it's launched forward towards Solomon. Up against Zuch. Out by the captain, Edwards. Costly red card he suffered at Borough a few weeks ago on his return. First start since injury, and ended up losing that game 2-1 right at the end, right at the death. Mumba. Retrieved by Jalen Bogle. 10 minutes to half-time. Argyle leading through that Sam Byram own goal. Tanaka. Leeds have played well, just haven't got anything to show for it so far. This is more like how it's been away from home, so prolific at Ellen Road. Tanaka. Bogle. Oh, great pressure from Hardy. He's a little unlucky. Ampadu retrieves. Solomon up to Piru. The free kick has been given Argyle's way.
Yeah, there's been a few moments through Solomon mainly when they're back in their shape, Argyle, where they need to have been able to evade kind of the bodies and get something of an attempt away, but it's very tricky. I think the fullbacks more than ever the key really for Leeds. Just the wing-backs, if they can get attracted infield to Solomon and Nonto, Bogle in the picture, and Byram of course are going to have the space, I think, if the ball's transferred quickly. But yeah, difficult half. They've not played badly, but not been able to get back on level terms, which again could possibly just swing that momentum hugely in their favour.
Yes, subdued, I think, in the away end at the moment. The way the half has materialised. Lots to admire about the way Leeds have gone about it, but excellent bit of skill from Bundu to give Argyle the lead, and they've had other chances as well. Flag up against Manor Solomon.
Another example of a team, not really bothered about having the ball, winning it on occasion, Argyle, and then turning Leeds around, trying to play into Hardy and Bundu on the left-hand side. And how that translates, if it is the same manager indeed going into League One next season, when you would imagine, with the budget and the aspirations of Argyle, they probably want to have a little bit more of the football than they're having currently in the Championship. So that's something for another day. But at the moment, very content. Leeds having all of possession and just playing for those counter-attacking opportunities.
Yet another long throw coming here from Zuch. This time it's an easy header away by Ilya Gruev. Booted away by Rodon. Mumba, whistle's gone.
My initial thought there, that was Byron was favourite and Paulson was taking a little bit of a risk going in with the aggression that he did. I thought Byron was in a better starting position, but it's actually the Leeds man who's come off worse.
Well, they've really taken to the coach, haven't they? These Argyle fans, Miran Muslic, extremely charismatic and passionate about what he does. Daniel Farke at the moment, the complete opposite. It's been not what he would have hoped for so far. But, as we said earlier, long way to go. Over a half still to play, and there's only one goal in it. Five left in the first half. Televiero von Yonto. Again, the Argyle fans jeer at the decision. Tanaka. Bogle. Byram. That's Joe Rodon. Yonto. Bogle against Televierov. Once again, a tug from Maxi. A wry smile from the Argyle centre-back. The referee spotted it though.
Yeah, well, the reaction is because of the accumulation of fouls that have been awarded against Argyle, but they can't have any complaints with this, surely. He's got nowhere to go, Bogle, through the legs, clear tug of the shirt. Yeah, he gets back goal side, but it's taken Bogle off his stride. Brilliant play from the full-back. It's a free kick, no question.
With the ball for Leeds United. And no one had picked up Aronson, but his effort was wayward and wild.
And again, Roberts does his utmost to get into the vicinity of Aronson. And look at the space once more. That's 3 opportunities he's had, really, where he's been able to find a nice bit of room. And that should be worked onto the target, I think, with his quality.
Hardy, stopped by Byram. Now Rodon. Johnny. Well dealt with by the Leeds captain there, Anthony. Solomon. Recovering by Edwards. Israeli always a very, very tricky customer. Corner for Leeds. Solomon with it. Hazard opts to tip it away. Talavirov. Well, Argyle turned a middling ball into a good one there, but Tijani has actually been cautioned.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I mean, it's not the greatest of challenges, but he thinks the ball's live, the game's still going. He's a little late, sweeps Rodon. It's not going to be too painful, I don't think, for Bundu, isn't it? Down on the deck, but yeah, a little harsh.
He's had such a tough season. Tijani got injured on the opening weekend. Only returned right at the end of March. Had that moment of euphoria when he scored the winning goal late on here against Sheffield United. Just a question of how much stoppage time there'll be at the end of the first half. Not a lot, I wouldn't imagine. Chilowitz is the fourth official. 2 minutes. Oh, big goal there for Coventry. Scrapping with Borough and others for a playoff place. Jack Rodoni, one of their top performers this season, on target. Byram. Solomon. Past Edwards. And the deflection takes it behind for a late corner in this first half to Leeds United.
Well, he's looked as likely as anyone. Solomon, he's been bright, coming in off the left side. Was an option to square for Aronson, but taking the strike on himself and deflected at source and hit another corner.
Well, went for that near post. Throw to Leeds, deliberately left by Bundu. More than left, ushered out. Bogle. Rodon, Ampadu, Byram, Solomon. Goes on the outside again. Retrieved by Altanaka. That's another foul, number this time.
Yeah, well, the last decision was certainly questionable for the throw-in. I don't think this one is. Tanaka's quite bright here, and Mumba has to try and avoid. There's not a great deal there, actually, and he does make the most of it. I understand maybe the reaction of the home fans, but what it does do is present Leeds with an opportunity right on the whistle.
Yep, last action of the half here. Rueff, same situation. Aronson tried to tease it in this time. Gnonto, and again, body's in the way, and that's half-time. And Argyle have the advantage given to them by a wonderful run and piece of skill by Mustapha Bundu. His shot hitting the upright and going in off the hapless Sam Byram, who could do nothing about it. Both sides have had chances, but Bundu has certainly made his mark once again. Been in such sparkling form for Argyle at the end of this season, and so far Leeds United haven't had a response, and as things stand they'll have to make do with second place in the Sky Bet Championship. But another 45 minutes to play. At the break here at Home Park, home fans are delighted. Plymouth Argyle 1, Leeds United 0.
Okay, here we go. So first up, we've got Nick. Check your starting. We're going to start with that end. So, three attempts to hit the cross line. So we're going to line this to go made by the football club. First up, we've got Nick. We're going to go one yard. Come on, Nick. Three attempts. Here we go. First attempt. Attempt number 2. Come on, bring on. Let's see you. Final attempt. Here we go. Come on, Nick. Three correct attempts, so three correct attempts. Okay, we've got John more thinking really confident.
These the scenes at Home Park, where at half-time, Plymouth Argyle lead Leeds by a goal to nil. And that does have ramifications for Leeds because the title will be snatched away from them. But look at that, 4 shots from Plymouth, none on target, because Bundu hit the post and it went in off Byram. But despite having no attempts on target, they lead by a goal to nil. And yes, Leeds have had a lot of shots, but very few of them have tested corner hazard, and that has been the story of the first half, really. Lots to admire about the way Leeds have gone about their business here, but a lack of clinical finishing. Very different to what we've seen at Elland Road in recent weeks. So let's take a look at the key moments from the first half at Home Park. And you've got to say, once again, Plymouth Argyle at home, giving their fans plenty to shout about. Bundu here, absolutely magnificent, and very unlucky to smash the outside of the post.
you could see that he's playing with an enormous amount of confidence. I mean, in reality, they've had 2 opportunities, 2 moments, Argyle, and at the moment it's enough. I probably would say they haven't done enough to be in front in this game, but certainly enough to be level. And Bundu, once more, is the main man, as he shows here. This is just breathtakingly good.
Yeah, a lot of space down the Leeds right. Rodon convinced he was chopping inside. He went the other way, off the post, and Byram, luckless as the ball cannoned onto him and into the net. But it was all about Bundu.
Yeah, poor Byram's almost got his arms up just to usher in it, he thinks, to safety, only to see it cannon off the post and then against him. But this is brilliant, yeah. Has a little look square, and he's cut in field to bend in some lovely goals this season. And here it just does Rodon. Wonderful skill, opens up the target, almost the perfect finish, and gets the good fortune to give Argyle the lead.
You can see the look on Rodon's face there. Absolute dejection. The Leeds in search of an equaliser. Bogle's cross shot cannoning off Piru, who hasn't had a lot of joy in front of goal. The ball goes over the bar.
Yeah, of all the speculative shots, I suppose, more from distance, this is probably the best chance. Even though it comes at him really fast, he does everything right, really, in watching the ball onto his foot. He just can't get it underneath the crossbar.
Solomon's been a threat down the left side. His cross here looking for Nyonto, just eased out of it by Bali Mumba. The 2 Litlands on the far post.
Yeah, of all the attacking prowess that Leeds have got, none of them really taking the game by the scruff of the neck. Solomon, probably the one that's caught the eye the most.
Piru here. Lovely ball for Byram. And Hazard there doing a really good job just getting a hand to that.
Probably his most important moment, because the saves from shots he's been expected to make, I would say, and this one, he comes out, he commits himself, he's brave, and just gets the palmer to take it away from Bogle.
Well, this was a save he would expect to make to deny Brendan Aronson, but it needed to be made.
Yeah, I think it's a nice position to go for this type of skill, to just try and wrap your right foot, get it in that top left-hand corner. Doesn't quite get the elevation.
So 1-0 to Argyle here. Let's have a look at what's going on elsewhere. So for the title perspective, Burnley 1, Millwall 1. So that would mean Burnley would win the league by 1 point. But it's elsewhere where things are happening, affecting the other end of the table. Hull City winning 1-0 at Fratton Park. That would be enough to keep them up. And it would be at Luton Town's expense. They are 3-1 down at the Hawthorns, so could be a calamitous final day for the Hatters, who are staring back-to-back relegations in the face. Elsewhere, Preston winning at Bristol City, another surprise. Coventry 1-0 up against Borough in that playoff shootout. 0-0 between Derby and Stoke, and that could be a very important point for both of those. Relegated Cardiff being trounced at Carrow Road. Sheffield United all square with Blackburn. QPR in front at Sunderland. Oxford drawing at Swansea City, and Watford 1, Sheffield Wednesday 1. You do feel there's plenty of drama to come in the second half. Well, it's been an excellent atmosphere, despite Plymouth's disappointment, knowing that they're going to be relegated to League One. It's not mathematically confirmed, as we explained earlier, but it requires an enormous goal swing that's not going to happen. They know it. When even the coach admits it, you know it's a foregone conclusion. But their team have given it a really good go here against promoted Leeds. There'll be 2 divisions between these two next season. Argyle will be trying to get promoted back to the Championship. Leeds will be doing everything in their power to stay in the Premier League. And I think many people would back them to do so. But the focus for now is on trying to turn this around and make sure they have a trophy to lift at the end of the game. And at the moment, they're going to be denied that. Burnley will be lifting the Sky Bet Championship trophy instead at home to Millwall. But these fans will play such a big part next season as they try and get promoted from League One, which of course they did a couple of years ago in terrific style. It's been a struggle in the Championship. Highs of staying up on the final day last season, coupled with the crushing blow of ending the season so strongly and it not being enough. We were saying earlier, Sam, you look at the 10 games they've played at home to the top teams and just 1 defeat against Burnley. What is it, 7 wins if it stays like this? It's incredible, really.
Yeah, sensational record against the top sides here at Home Park, and yeah, we've both been down there on a few occasions and it's been a great atmosphere, and they've got some memories, I think, from this season, albeit it's going to end in disappointment. Even under Wayne Rooney, early part of the campaign, there were some big wins, some standout performances, and to finish in this vein, certainly in the last 3 games at home, in fixtures that nobody gave them an opportunity in. Let's get it right. That was the reason ultimately they were going to not make it, because of the magnitude of the sides they were up against. To win all 3, incredible. And I'm sure it'll be something they'll have to look at ahead of next season, how they just arrest the away form, which, having spoken to various people at the club, it's not a new problem. It's something that has held them back many a time over the years. Geographically, of course, the travelling, I think they've looked at every which way to try and arrest the issue. Nobody's really been able to come up with it. So indifferent results in comparison to here at Home Park. So it's a challenge, but I think no question, if Muslic is to stay on, and the majority of this squad, they'll be in the higher echelons of the division next time out, no question.
One thing Muslic has said is every time they've given themselves a chance, they've then shot themselves in the foot the next game. They went to Portsmouth and won, but then were beaten here by Derby. Then they won against Norwich before getting battered at Swansea. Then they won here against Sheffield United and lost at Borough. If they could follow those wins up with another win at that time, it could have made all the difference. They've gone back-to-back in the last week, but unfortunately too little, too late. Here come Leeds. Sure, the message from Daniel Farke has been, look, there's a trophy there waiting for you, but you've got to turn this around, and we know they're capable. I mentioned in the first half that 3 times this season they've come from behind to win games. 4-3 against Swansea, 2-1 against Sunderland, 3-1 memorably against Sheffield United. We know they can do it. he was beaten by that Byram own goal in the first half, and that is the only strike that separates these two sides. Are there further goals to come here at Home Park? Last to emerge, Daniel Farke. I'm sure has been demoralised reading all those headlines in the last couple of weeks, speculating about his future. It remains to be seen what happens between now and August, but for right now, it's about who can get the 3 points here. And if it's Argyle, then it's highly likely that Leeds will miss out on the Championship title. Remember, it's all square between Burnley and Millwall at Turf Moor. We will keep you up to date with all of those crucial scores affecting the top and the bottom. All games available for you on Sky Sports Plus.
The most important thing has been achieved, but this is to just complete the season, give the supporters that have travelled in particular something today, and maybe an opportunity for someone to be the hero, I suppose, score the goal that secures the title. Maybe someone that's not in that starting 11 today. Big part, I'm sure, for the subs to play. Someone like Bamford, I'm sure, sitting on the bench, highly motivated to come and potentially have another great moment in the Leeds shirt. It's a day for that, isn't it?
Or Ramazani, who came on and scored twice last week so memorably against Bristol City. Leeds have only failed to score in one of the last 16 Championship games, and actually only 2 of the last 27 Championship games. It is a rare old day when they don't find the net. It did happen at Portsmouth in March when they lost 1-0. Rodon. Pirou. Nyonto gets there first as well, tries to tee it up for Aronson. Tanaka, Nyonto. Army of green shirts preventing Leeds from finding a way through.
Slightly strange decision making now. I think you either put it in first time right-footed, or when you come infield, try and bend it towards the far corner. It wasn't on to try and pick out Aronson.
Solomon. Followed by Gruev to Solomon again. Solomon gets it back from Aronson. Rodon. Bogle. Pirou. Nyonto. Leeds have started the second half like they mean business here. Pirou.
Yeah, why not? He's been starved, hasn't he? I think Pirou really of possession more than anything, but certainly shooting opportunities as well. More than capable on that left side, but plenty of power. Just can't get it onto the target. Position he likes, back to goal, little bit of space. Contact off the centre half and far too easy away from him, but just can't steady himself to work it onto the target.
He scored in one of the last 11 games, Pirou, but he did score 4 goals in that game. Memorably. They absolutely walloped Stoke City. 6-0, could have been a lot more. Rodon. Gruev. Slamming challenge by Edwards. Free kick to Leeds.
He's complaining because he gets a large chunk of the ball, I think, but it's very aggressive, probably a bit of contact as well.
Solomon. Aronson. Hampered it. Solomon. Header away by Talavierov, but it's not away properly. Solomon. Oh, Bogle to the byline. Again, scrambled away by Argyle.
Yeah, great touch from Bogle. Under pressure, I think, from Mumba, able to evade him, taking it to the byline, and just enough bodies back there for Argyle once more to clear their lines.
Ohashi with the goal for Blackburn Rovers at Bramall Lane. The start of the second half. Sheffield United's place in the playoffs obviously assured. So this is the top of the table as it stands. 98 for Burnley, 97 for Leeds. Bristol City missing out on the playoffs because of this late surge from Blackburn Rovers. Didn't see that coming. Had a grim run of results, didn't they, Rovers? And then suddenly it's all come good at the right time. Byram's cross, no problem for Hazard. That picture will change, I'm sure, time and time again. Between now and end of play. Johnny, can he leave a bit on his man there? We play on. Argyle feeling that he's made a real meal of that. Piru, Solomon, Byram in a good position here. Back it goes to Gruev. Solomon. Oh, he's done really well, and Gnonto scores! Leeds are level. Just 7 minutes into the second half. The danger coming down that left side once again for Leeds United. And Gnonto grabs his 9th of the season to make it 1-1.
I think it's easy when you're playing against a team with 3 centre-halves. And they're sitting off you to just sling balls in there from deep. They're going to be just eaten up by the Plymouth rear guard, but here, committing people. Solomon, 1v1, taking the game by the scruff of the neck. He's been really good. He's tried to do the right thing, and that little touch at the near post from Bogle is pivotal in this. Just takes it away from a couple of green shirts and lands nicely for Gnonto, who's arriving at speed, on cue, and it's an easy little tap in ahead of Mumba at the far post, but all about Solomon, really positive, and they get the reward.
Scores for the 3rd game in a row, and what a big goal. Takes Leeds back to the top of the table, with both them and Burnley drawing. Offside. Argyle haven't quite turned up for the second half as yet.
No, now it's this huge challenge really for the players who, naturally having given so much, can they find the endeavour, the will to stay with Leeds now as they look to push on, crown themselves champions. This is a test for the Argyle players now, as good as they've been here in recent weeks. Can they maintain it, having conceded for the next 35 minutes or so?
For Leeds, Gnonto. Took the shot on, got a deflection, and it'll be a Leeds corner.
Yeah, he's been bright again, Bogle. Uses the ball well, often one of the highest players in the Leeds attack on the right-hand side.
Here it comes from Gruev. looking to break. Bundu. Not easy to dispossess, is he? Argyle get the free kick.
Saw sight of the ball there, Rodon, and went for it. It's a fair bit of Tajani, maybe slightly fortunate to escape without a yellow. No, I think that's probably just about right. Let it go, but good play from the centre forward. Did well to evade the challenge of Solomon initially.
Opportunity to put the ball into the Leeds box here in the second half. Zuch takes. They deal with that very easily. The Leeds. There's Nonto. Back to ground. It's just a throw to Leeds. Relief more than anything for Daniel Farker. We're all square again. Manto against Mumba. Offside. It's Leeds' 94th goal of the season in the league. Most ever was 98 in the 1927-28 season, a long time ago. We did say it's a rare old day when they don't score, and they've made the perfect start to the second half here. Bundu. Running of Bogle. Yeah. A nibble from Bogle.
It looked a little clumsy, didn't it? Maybe just couldn't get out of the way. Need to get Bundu the ball. Actually, it's just containment at the moment. Bundu's not had any opportunities to do this since the break. I think he's maybe looking for it. He's not going to be able to manoeuvre his way through Bogle or to the side of him. There's another Leeds player just behind. Natural there was going to be a little bit of a coming together.
Oh, the misery goes on for Luton. Callum Stiles making it 4-1. All that euphoria from a week ago against Coventry dissipating dramatically. They're heading for the drop, Luton. Solomon. Goal kick. So there we go. They would be down on goal difference, with Hull getting that precious victory as things stand. Let's see. I think it's still a long way to go. There is news at Fratton Park. We'll bring you that in a moment. It's not over by a long way. It's far from over here either. Solomon. Zuch did well. Hodzic with a goal for Sheffield United. That's not what Blackburn Rovers fans would want to hear. Picture changes again in the playoff places, just as it does at the bottom. Straight out of play by Caleb Roberts. Downton is someone of Darko JB's stature. In the middle of the pitch, Argyle. There's another one who's been so brilliant in recent weeks and months. Whether he can get into the Leeds midfield is another matter. An hour gone, all square. Maich on target for Preston as Gnonto goes for it. Bristol City throwing it all away on the final day, having done so well to get into the top six.
It was a tough opportunity for Gnonto to get this on the target. Takes it really nicely, actually, aware of where the space is in between two Plymouth defenders, but unable to get it towards the far corner. Difficult week or so for Bristol City, having to go to Ellen Road, I suppose, and you can understand the defeat, maybe not the nature of it. Didn't really lay a glove on Leeds, but it put enormous pressure on this game today. A game that everyone outside of probably Preston North End expected Bristol City to win.
Styles has scored again. 5-1. Well, Luton have lost. It's just a question of whether they can get over the line courtesy of other teams. And there'll be all eyes on Portsmouth. Managed to escape the last day drama themselves with a recent run. Tanaka. There it goes by Edwards. Hardy will give chase. Garlow very calmly done. Tanaka. Solomon. It's opened up for him here. Oh, we've seen that manoeuvre a few times, not just for Leeds, but for other clubs and his country as well. He's really crossed with himself.
Yeah, optimistic. I thought that was an opportunity just to slide it to Byram. They'd worked the position nicely. 2v1 up against Edwards, and it's very optimistic to score from here. I think it's a continuation really of a lot of Leeds' efforts from distance. Enough on Hazard's goal. I'd imagine, what, another 5 minutes and then it'll probably be looking towards the bench to maybe find the hero that Leeds require.
Tanaka looking for Gnonto. Back came Maxi Talavierov, crucially. Aronson. Solomon. All the way through to Tanaka. Oh, a slip at the crucial moment, having chopped back inside. But they're still coming forward. Solomon. Aronson, poor first touch.
The selection of pass was a brilliant one initially for Tanaka's opportunity. Great spot, so many bodies back there, but he just laid it into a lovely bit of space for the midfielder to arrive. Lovely first bit of play. Just lost his footing at the vital moment, but Solomon's still the man as far as Leeds are concerned.
Byram, it's all Leeds here. Pressure is sustained and relentless at the moment. Gruev. Wide by Rodon. Bogle. Byram coming in. Let's watch that all the way. Puts it behind for a corner.
Yeah, it's a good play again. Loads of Argyle defenders back, but it's a great spot, great pick out. Bogle as well, positioned as well. Had Tanaka left it, just unfortunate.
Solomon takes this corner. Oh, it got a little touch from Byram. And Tanaka sliding in. not able to finish it off.
He's getting free, isn't he, Byron? That's two good opportunities as well. I think they're working a little block. They are indeed. He's actually just going on the back of Rodon on this occasion. It's a 2v1. Randall's the Argyle player nearest initially. Shouldn't be getting free as easy as that. And big chance, really, in the context of what we've seen.
Connor Hazard is down. Looks like there are subs looming here. Just a question of breaking up that Leeds pressure that they've built up, and a double change for the home side. Maliki Boateng will be coming on for Argyle, first of all. Just his 7th championship appearance for Boateng. And off goes Roberts. He also will make another change here, Argyle will. The teenager's the first one to depart. But that's not all. Cross comes to Tijani, looking really disappointed. But in truth, we've hardly seen him since the restart. Callum Wright comes on.
I would imagine it will mean Bundu down the middle, possibly Hardy. Might play off one of the sides or slightly deeper. Need a little bit of energy, don't they, I think. Tijani's done fine. He's probably only got one more challenge in him, and then he'll be seeing red, so yeah, probably the one that worth sacrificing.
For Boateng, only a 9th senior appearance. Midway through the second half. Oh, Burnley in front. Jayden Anthony. Burnley go back to the top. They've turned that one around. They're on 100 points. Leeds need to find a winner. EFL Championship Manager of the Season, didn't he, Scott Parker? Tipped Daniel Farker to that last week. It's Verba ready to come on for Leeds. Here's Solomon. Excellent tackle from Edwards. Solomon asking, how is that not a Leeds ball? It isn't. So Byram departs. Max Verba comes on. It's the first change made by Daniel Farker. Byram, we've seen play at left back before, of course, but it's not his preferred position. Walked right in front of the away end now as he came off on this side. That's the applause you're hearing. throw-in goes Leeds' way this time. Well, does it? After a bit of discussion, it's gone Argyle's way.
They got there in the end. Certainly the wrong decision initially. Referee just tidying it up. That was an Argyle throw.
Ticking to the final 20 minutes. Tremendous defending from the front from Ryan Hardy. Plays number 9, but he plays a very different role. He's one of 2 number 10s really, and he has to put in a lot of work. He has scored a fair few goals here at Home Park this season, but the job he does for the team is outstanding. Talavierov. Number. Much better this from Argyle, takes on Bogle. Tanaka will bring it away. Oh, winning. He had to win that, give Randall. Left Tanaka on the deck.
Just overran it, the Leeds midfielder, and Randall thundering into the challenge. Just took his eye off the ball, momentarily looking for an option. Crunched into the challenge. Better from Argyle. Number down the left-hand side, encouraged forward by the centre-half, pushing it into the space, and Leeds had defended well at the near post. Maybe just a little spell in the game, which will be most welcome, I think, to those defensive players to alleviate the pressure, give them a little bit of a breather.
They will know on that Leeds bench that Burnley are winning. They would expect Burnley to win anyway. It's up to these Leeds players to get themselves another goal. But you've got to give credit to Argyle, haven't you? They're nothing if not resilient here at home. Hero with the layoff for Aronson, keeps his balance despite the attention to Paulson there. Nyonto, well seen by Mumba. Talavierov, Boateng, he's been caught in possession. Solomon runs through for Nyonto, Piru! But the flag's up. The celebrations are curtailed.
Quite similar in its creation to that of the equaliser. Wide player getting to the byline, cut back. I think maybe it was for that initial pass, one of those initial passes anyway. I don't think Piru was offside. Solomon once more, it's a good leave. That's not offside. Does Bogle touch it on its way? Quite possibly. Inconclusive maybe, but I think it's for that touch from Bogle, if indeed he did get the slightest of touches on the ball.
Either way, it doesn't count. Leeds United fans will have the joys of VAR next season. Rodon. Tanaka. Bogle. Well, Bristol City from nowhere. 2-2. Ross McCrory on target. They're still alive and kicking. Solomon, fabulous run. Out to Bogle. problem for Hazard.
Would suggest those two looking the most likely. Solomon on the left and the overlapping Bogle on the right-hand side for Leeds. They've been bright, I think, in everything they've done. Continue to carry the fight forward. But I'd be astonished if Daniel Farke isn't thinking about one or two more attacking changes as we reach the tail end of this game, just to force the issue. I think it's worth taking the risk. Maybe in the next few minutes, get a few more goals on there, get a bit more firepower. Sacrifice one of the defensive players in the team, just to make sure you've left everything out there.
Solomon, past Hardy, Verba. Well, it hits Malachi Boateng. 15 minutes left. It's a tough watch for Argyle at the moment. They've been outplayed in the second half by and large. Still very different to the thrashing they got at Ellen Road, where they didn't have a single shot. Ampadu's ball lifted up, headed away by Edwards. Argyle digging in. Gruev. Rode on. Tanaka. Gruev. Solomon. Ampadu sitting deep here, Argyle. Just trying to fend off these Leeds United advances. Gruev's ball in. Talavierov away. Nyonto. Rode on. It's run all the way through to Piru. Boateng emerges with the ball. Bundu. Oh, they'll take that free kick, Argyle. Relieves the pressure.
I don't think the pass was probably meant for Piru, but it turned into a good one. Good strength from Boateng, the substitute, just to usher him aside. Start this Argyle attack, exactly what you want from your front player, especially this stage. Legs are getting tired. Really good play from Bundu once more.
Well, Matti Sorinola will be coming on, and so too Nikola Katic, to bolster that back line. The captain departs. Such a popular figure here, Joe Edwards. And Zuch is off, replaced by Katic. Started all but two since joining the club in the winter window. Tanaka off for Leeds as well. Maybe still feeling the effects of that earlier challenge. Patrick Bamford comes on up front. He said maybe he could be the hero. Ramazani on for Aronson. Ramazani, who came on last week and bagged a brace to help Leeds to that comprehensive 4-0 win over Bristol City. We've got a problem here. Argyle. Bundu. There is Bamford.
Yeah, they're the type of changes I was talking about, and some. You're going to have a two-pronged attack now. Central midfielder sacrificed for an attacking player as well, so it's that time, isn't it? You just got to go for it. Formation to a degree goes out the window. You get your attacking players on there, you get your goals on there, and in essence you're going to have the ball. You try and make opportunities, and as I've said on a few occasions, here for someone to be a hero.
Bamford on for the 7th game in a row as sub after injury. He is yet to score this season. This is the goal that Argyle scored in the first half, Sam.
Yeah, just brilliant play. You could see from the outset just how confident he was coming into this game, Bundu. It's a shame for him because it's brilliant play, and unfortunate for Byron that's going to go down as an own goal. It's been terrific.
And that is his afternoon over, I think. I wonder if he will still be an Argyle player. It seems highly doubtful. And there'll be plenty of clubs very interested in him. Michael Beidou comes on to replace Bundu.
Almost as if Gruev's just going to sit at the base of the midfield. Piru and Nonto at the moment, advanced midfielders. So, yeah, it's just let's get everyone forward, try and make some chances.
Bamford. Offside. Bamford, 60 goals for Leeds, 204 appearances. Just dribbles out of play for a goal kick. And look at the watch, it's 82 minutes. I imagine there'll be a fair chunk of stoppage time as well. Calaviero to Mumba. It's a clever ball, one for Callum Wright to chase. Cross goes Rodon, blocks the cross, but it'll be a throw.
They're not banging on the door by any stretch. Leeds in this second half just subsided maybe that early pressure. I think more than looking at to reasons why. Argyle, as they have been in so many games here, especially recently, so competitive, giving absolutely everything. Can't fault the endeavour of the home side.
Yellow card for time wasting for Paulson. There's no Zuch, of course, anymore, so Paulson takes the long throw. Fans trying to get behind the team here. They want to end with a defeat. If they've been this competitive all season, it'll be a different story. Is it just going to be a slight disappointment to end things for Daniel Farke? Or can they find a way through? Piru. Nonto. Bamford. Boateng in the way. Did a superb job there for the team. And Piru has got a yellow card for that cynical challenge.
Yeah, that's the side of the game he won't relish in the remaining, 10 minutes or so. Peru having to track back a little more. He's really comfortable taking it in the pocket, as he just showed, and tried to release Solomon on the left-hand side. Not for the first time since he's been on. Boateng with 3 pieces of really good defensive midfield work, breaking up play, keeping it nice and simple, and setting Bundu away.
I think again, Daniel Farker is really unhappy about the time wasting from Argyle here. Randall up against Bogle, who hooks it forward. Boateng. We're in the final 5. Nonto. Not quite. Okay, Boateng. Werber. Solomon. Rueb. Rode on. Ampadu. Solomon. Well, he's been so good in possession all game, but not there. And Ryan Hardy wins the throw. Frustration again for Rodon, throwing his hands up at his teammates there for losing possession.
Good work from Bundu once more, and how much would Ryan Hardy love an opportunity on the Leeds goal? He has been starved. So much good work without the ball, as you said earlier, Gary, but not in the whites of the goalkeeper's eyes whatsoever. Such an impressive second half to the season. He'll be desperate for that last chance of the campaign.
Thrown out by Sorinola, his 100th league appearance. Bundu has got it into Hardy. Well, went for the spin and curler, it just didn't curl.
He doesn't get too many on his left side. I think it's the right idea, but just lacked a little bit of conviction. Tired legs as well at this stage, covered a lot of ground. The take's nice. Has a look at the options and then takes it on, much to the disappointment of Wright on the far side. It's difficult to find the midfield runner though from that position.
Sigh of relief from the away end as that one flies wide. Ampadu. Werber. Everyone behind the ball for the home side. Rodon. Helped on to Gnonto. Behind it goes by Talavierov for a Leeds corner. Less than 2 minutes of normal time to play. Solomon's corner. Big header in there. Bogle. Super run from Jayden Bogle. Blocked by Randall. Now, the Argyle counter. Callum Wright. Hardy and Bundu waiting for a ball in. In the end, that was neither a shot nor a cross.
No, he would have been well placed, just firing that towards the far corner, looking for a teammate, I think. In the end, as you say, no, it's not one thing or the other, but it's a great break, and Boateng once more really assured in possession, good decision-making, setting Argyle away. Been forwards that good opportunity on the Leeds goal.
Well, desperate double sub here to try and win the title. Is it just one? Bogle off, Matteo Joseph on. Could he find the winning goal in the last knockings? 3 goals this season for the Spaniard. We move into stoppage time. Solomon. And again Solomon. Oh, desperate defending. Hanging on grimly to this point, Argyle. Flag goes up for offside. Rodon takes. Leeds fans baying for a winning goal here. Solomon coming inside and scoring! And that might well be the goal that seals the championship title for Leeds United. Manor Solomon crowns a superb individual performance with a wonderful goal to send the away end into ecstasy and surely win the title for Leeds United.
Well, they've defended everything in this second half, Argyle, and all of a sudden Solomon just picks up a little position infield, and it just probably moves that Argyle rearguard around to their detriment, because Solomon has found the winner. It's brilliant play from him. It's the position he loves, in off the left-hand side, slaloming really away from opposition players. There's still a lot to do when he gets in, but he finds the finish, and fitting really that is him, because he's been Leeds' best player today. He's continued to do the right thing, to force the issue, to go 1v1, be really positive, and he gets his reward in a big way. Quick free kick, and rather than Solomon being wide on the left-hand side, it's Nonto who's been playing more infield. Hulson, I think it is, commits himself. That's the first error, and then those two Argyle bodies going to ground in desperation, trying to get the block, which they've done so often this afternoon. Can't hear. Solomon finds the side-footed finish, and it's delirium in the away end.
They're the best of the best this season, Leeds United. Manor Solomon into double figures on the final day. And of course he gets a yellow card for removing his shirt. We won't give 2 hoots about that. Leeds United on the brink. Unless there's a twist at the other end. Ryan Hardy trying to provide one.
He was flat on his back a few moments ago. A few of the Leeds players with elation, fatigue, whatever it may be, they're going to have to defend.
Oh, a free header! And it comes through to Bundu. The flag goes up. It was out of play, was it? Well, no, a corner's been given. And Argyle aren't done just yet.
Free header inside the Leeds box, just as they're poised to celebrate. I was just saying, need to switch on. Vital last few moments. Just didn't get the connection, did he, Katic?
Well, this is their first corner of the game in the 4th minute of stoppage time. Leeds need to remain switched on here. Randall takes, and it's just wide, but the whistle has gone anyway. Katic attacked it. He was penalised.
He was probably relieved as well, because that's a sitter. He's not put it in the net, that's the first thing. Gets free, completely unopposed, and has to score from that position. Yeah, an infringement earlier when the ball was in flight, that's supposed to be given. Much to the relief of the Leeds players, and him. That was a great chance.
2 free headers in stoppage time for Katic. Leeds are never going to do it the easy way, are they? They'll make their fans suffer. A bit of a slip from Darlow. so nearly there. 5 minutes of stoppage time played. Coming from behind to win for the 4th time in the Championship this season. Now it's Leeds who are in no hurry. So as it stands, both on 100 points, but Leeds United with the vastly inferior goal difference, enough to win the division. Certainly hasn't been straightforward, that's for sure. Argyle with the catch and in no hurry to get Leeds United going again. The referee's adding all this time on for the earlier time wasting by Argyle, delaying the Leeds United celebrations. Sorinola, maybe one last chance for Argyle. Darlow punches. Shoot, scream the crowd as Talavierov collects the ball. It's not over. Well, it might be now. Sorinola just took his eye off it.
They've responded to conceding that second. Argyle, last seconds of the season, and right just a little bit out with his pass there. Sorinola's not had an opportunity to get forward really since he's come into the game, but yeah, a bit of a waste there to load the box once more.
Going up as champions. Leeds United have done it. They've done it the hard way, but they've got over the line. Daniel Farke's side back in the Premier League, and with a trophy to lift as well. Ecstasy in the away end. Manor Solomon's goal in the first minute of stoppage time. Enough to get Leeds United to 100 points. And they pip Burnley to the title on goal difference. Daniel Farke in the middle of the storm, as calm as you like in his seat, wondering about his role in Leeds United's future. That's for another day. But for now, the celebrations can begin. Leeds United, top of the Championship, and going up to the Premier League as champions. And in the end, Sam, they deserved it.
Yeah, absolutely. Didn't deviate from the plan, really, did they, until very late today. And I thought Solomon and Nonto giving a nod in those roles, you know, kept asking the questions of the opposition, and Solomon really good, even in the first half, frustrated at times, of course, by Plymouth Argyle and the way they set up, but yeah, a lovely goal to win it, and they've been so entertaining throughout. 100 points for both them and Burnley, incredible achievement, and probably ultimately it's those forward players, the number of forward players, the exciting forward players, Aronson, James, Piru, Solomon, Nonto, even the two fullbacks that fall into that category. That's probably just decided this title, because in contrast, Burnley probably haven't had that enormity of match winners. They've done it a different way, and Leeds, I suppose, with their goal power, that's proved pivotal on final day.
Daniel Farke there on one knee in the eye of the storm. wondering whether he will be a part of these celebrations, or is he destined for pastures new? Well, he can be incredibly proud of the job that he, his staff and his players have done this season, because as we said earlier, yes, Leeds and Burnley level on 100 points, without question the two teams that deserve to go up. But for entertainment, it's been Leeds United all the way. And today a classic example, making these fans suffer, but getting the job done and heading to the Premier League with a trophy. And they can enjoy these moments because they don't come around too often, but they are champions again. Full time at Home Park, Plymouth Argyle 1, champions Leeds United 2.
and thank you for your fantastic support, not just this afternoon, but for the whole season. Home and away has been unbelievable. And to show their appreciation and bring you welcome back, the team of Plymouth Argyle.
Well, bring on the champions was the cry from the away end. The players are out, many of them with beer bottles in hand, one or two selfie sticks as well. And what a moment. These are the moments you treasure as a player because they don't come around too often. Daniel Farke gets his medal, takes his place at the back of the podium. Ramazani, the player, filming himself with his shirt on back to front, sunglasses on. Ethan Ampadu is handed the trophy. Leeds United, champions of the championship and heading to the Premier League in stunning style. A century of points. The goals have flowed. The entertainment has been top-notch. They have been the best of the best. And they can celebrate in front of that away end. What a season it's been for Leeds United. They've pipped Burnley on goal difference alone, both finishing on 100 points. And Leeds United and their players can enjoy this moment. How do you sum up their season, Sam?
Well, I think there was big pressure coming in, given how it ended in the heartache of the playoff defeat. So to respond in the manner that they have is just incredible. More goals, better offensively, less conceded, better defensively. They've had to make adjustments, and Daniel Farke deserves an enormous amount of credit for that. I think the depth of the squad really came to fruition during this title success. The amount of goals, the amount of goal threats, and players that have been at the top of their game in an attacking sense. To lose 3 home games across 2 seasons as well is worth mentioning. The former Ellen Road, those supporters of course playing their part. That's a big reason that they're celebrating today as well.
Let the celebrations commence. Leeds United are the champions.